Alrighty, so welcome back to Final Fantathon, our quest to casually let's play every mainline Final Fantasy game, plus some bonuses. It has been a wild 2.5 years. We've been doing this for 2.5 years, every single Friday, and every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on YouTube. We have been uploading Final Fantathon, and we have finally made it to the HD Final Fantasies. We're finally past the retro age and into the new age. And we're starting, of course, with Final Fantasy XIII. So here's the deal about Final Fantasy XIII. Final Fantasy XIII was absolutely dumpstered when it came out. But you kind of have to understand the state of the gaming industry at the time. People were getting sick of Waypoint Simulator games. When the PS3 came out, there was a lot of, Alpha Team, meet me at Bravo Point types of games. So people were getting fed up with that. They're thinking like, oh, this is modern gaming now. Everyone's just going to be following objectives and there's no like real open adventures anymore. And then Square Enix announces their first ever HD Final Fantasy XIII, and everyone gets super excited. Like, oh man, Square is finally going to come in. They're going to show Ubisoft. They're going to show EA. They're going to show Activision how to make an open world adventure game in the modern era. And then Final Fantasy XIII drops, and it is the most linear Final Fantasy since Final Fantasy X, basically. And this is coming off of the back of Final Fantasy XI and Final Fantasy XII, which were the most open Final Fantasies. So you go from 10, which is pretty linear until the end. Then you get 11 and 12, the most open games, and then 13 back to linear at the in a time when everyone's already kind of dealing with these super linear games. So you can see why the memes started. You can see why there were so many videos about Final Fantasy XIII that went viral of people joking about how linear it is. Everyone was calling it the hallway simulator. So you can kind of see why. And when you look back on it now, a lot of people still call it that, and people will kind of argue it, but you kind of have to understand people were just fed up with that type of game at the time this came out. It was really just a timing thing that was such a problem. But even though a lot of people memed on this game, there was an extremely dedicated fan base that was created. And at the time, I thought it was more of like, everyone's hating on the game. So, of course, there's going to be like this devout fan base that's specifically against what everyone else is saying, because that's usually what happens whenever there's a general consensus on something. There's always that group that goes against it just to go against it. So that's kind of what I thought at the time. But honestly, it wasn't that, because it continued to grow. And nowadays, the group of fans of Final Fantasy XIII is huge. Extremely dedicated, but also huge. In fact, it was so huge that Square Enix was pretty much forced to make not one, but 2 sequels to this game. Final Fantasy XIII 2, which is currently our second most voted game for our next bonus game, and Final Fantasy Lightning Returns, which we don't talk about. So obviously, there's people that really, really enjoy Final Fantasy XIII, and it's more of just being counterculture, like people really do love this game. So when we play through it, I want to try to pay attention to 2 things. One, I want to think about, why do people love this game so much? Why do people connect with it so much? Even if they agree that it has its flaws, there are certain things that people really connect to with this game. And I kind of want to explore what that is. And second, I want to see if it's as linear as people say it is. Was it really a linearity problem, or was it something else, So that's kind of what I want to look at. Now, in terms of my experience with Final Fantasy XIII, I actually went to the midnight release, believe it or not, of this game. It was like the first midnight release I ever went to. There was like 2 of us. We walked in and they were like, we're surprised you're here. Here's your game. I have a picture here of, this is me in my car holding this copy of the game. This is the same copy, and this guidebook, which by the way is massive. Is this game really linear? Because this is like the biggest guidebook ever. How did they make the guidebook this big if it's so linear? And I have a picture of me in the car eating a chicken nugget. That's a chicken nugget in my hand. So, 2010 death, eating a chicken nugget. So yeah, this is kind of like one of the first games I actually like covered on my channel in a way. I mean, I didn't make much content for it, but I put up the video of me going to the midnight release and played it, like, you know, and made videos about it. So kind of special for me. I remember loving it. I remember really liking it. I remember seeing all the hatred for it and being like, you know what? I liked it. I enjoyed my first playthrough. But at the same time, I never played it again. I tried to play it once. We played it for a Christmas event for like an hour, and I just wasn't feeling it. But other than that, I've never played this game again since it came out. Since I played it, beat it, platinumed it, did everything there was to do in it, put it down, never picked it back up. So although I enjoyed my first playthrough of it, I really don't know how this playthrough is going to go. It might not feel the same as it did back when I played it back then. So let's do it. Let's throw it in and see what happens. First HD Fantathon game. I don't even have to change the screen to fit it. I don't have to upscale it. So this is being played on an original PS3. It's actually a slim PS3. And it's not being upscaled because it's HD. So it's just going straight in. The only thing that kind of sucks is it's being recorded through component and not HDMI because of the HDC protection on HDCP protection on the PS3. So that's kind of a shame. But other than that, it's just straight from the console. Hopefully this controller holds up because it's kind of dying. So let's hope we get it through. Yeah, this game's never been re-released. Even though it got 2 sequels, it never got re-released, which is so strange. Like, why is there not a Final Fantasy XIII collection on PS4? Like, is that not free money? We are not going to watch this opening cutscene because it spoils the entire game. I don't know what it is with Square Enix and these opening cutscenes. I talk about it with every game. This one I know for sure literally shows you like half the summons and it shows you all the characters. Like, why? I get the trailers showing off a lot of things to get you interested in the game, but we already bought the game. You don't need to show us everything. We bought it. We're gonna play it. Anyways, I don't think I want subtitles. How do I want all subtitles. Why would I want auto battle as the well, I'll just leave it for now. I'll change that stuff later. I just wanted to make sure subtitles were on. I don't remember what extras are. Oh, I get themes. Because I have the trophies. I don't have any saves. I deleted all my saves. But I still have the trophies. The game knows I have the trophies, so it gave me the themes. Nice. Alright. Here we go. But yeah, man. There's so many like collections that Square Enix could do that would be like free money, and that's one of them. A 13 collection. Like, dude. That'd be free money. Because people still love 13 too. Let me know how the audio is. I checked it last night. It seemed okay, but let me know.
The 13 days after we awoke were the beginning of the end.
13 days, huh? It's like 7, but with 13. Yo, is that Org 13? Very Final Fantasy XII looking start.
You serious?
Be quiet.
Best of luck. She did it! Hands high!
This really does play like a movie, so you can't tell what's going on with the camera. Oh, it's a very, very iconic shot there.
I'm out of the sea.
He has a chocobo in his hair. He must be nice. Very iconic song here.
So far, so good. They all want to fight.
Good for them. Give me that.
What the?
Wait, was that not the one they were in? Yo, is this Digimon? Got digital monsters? Kind of look like Digimon. Oh, there it is, the crab monster. Monster everyone knows.
Run! I've been away!
I meant away. So, pretty awesome opening, right? Very action-packed. A lot more interesting than a lot of the other openings and a lot of the other games. I think what's important... Can I pause? I think what's important about that opening is establishing lightning. Because the big thing with this game was, oh my god, the main character is a girl. You know, which, like, oh my god. Do you guys remember when this game was coming out and there was a bunch of news stories about how Lightning was the main character and people were, like, freaking out? And every gamer ever that played games pre-2009 were like, what are you talking about? There's been, like, hundreds of very popular girl video game like, what are you talking? What happened to Lara Croft? Like, what, hello? It's so stupid. Even Final Fantasy has had female lead games. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, I remember just reading those and being like, what? Like, what about Samus? What about Lara Croft? What about, like, what are we doing here? So that was really silly, but, you know, they do need to establish Lightning as a super fierce... I know, Lara. I always say Laura. Sorry. Anyways, they needed to establish Lightning as a, you know, BA character. They needed to establish her as being, like, strong and stuff. So I think that scene did it great. Like, especially the part where he's like, run, and then he's like, no, wait, I meant away. Like, they're trying to establish her as, like, the go in and get stuff done character. They do that within a couple seconds instead of having to tell us it. They show us it, you know. Show don't tell. They're doing it right so far.
Whoa! Hey, hey, hey! Let's be rational now. Oh!
God, I'm just thinking about the differences between.
What do we do?
Watch and learn.
This is how you dodge. I'm just thinking about the differences between this and lightning returns. Where like they had to tell us everything and here they show us it instead. Sure, show me the tutorial. Time flows continuously throughout battle. Characters form actions with ATB segments. The combat in this game is kind of like 12, but upgraded. Like, not upgraded, but like, a lot of people played 12, and they were like, oh, it's more of like a action game. But then when you play it, you realize it's really just an RPG, but you get to move around. This is kind of the next step. So you have like true turn-based, and then you have 12, which is kind of like a hybrid. And then you have this, which is like even further closer to an action RPG, but still has an ATB and still has timing and stuff. But this is kind of the next step past 12. Once you have finished your attacks, enter more commands and continue fighting. Note that you'll only be able to control the actions of lightning. Like how they tell you that right away. No, you don't have a party. You just lightning. Giant enemy crab defeated.
Fall back.
Not so tough now, huh?
And who is operating the camera in this universe?
That wasn't like a challenge now, all right? Hey! Time to go!
Are you drunk?
I'm coming!
Jump.
Forgot how great Saz is.
Heads up.
This thing won't give up.
I think he's a bit forgotten later because I don't remember much of him, but he's great in this opening part. Look at him shoot. Kinda has like a ninja stance when he shoots. Yep, this is the song that a lot of people know from this game. The music of this game is fantastic, but I think it goes a bit underappreciated. If you like violin, you'll love this soundtrack, that's for sure. Ouch. Can we kill him before he does that again? Ah, yes, the ratings. I remember getting the platinum and having to get 5-star ratings on everything. Be nice to not have to do that.
Oh, goodness. Woo. We did it. Oh, hey! Aren't you supposed to protect civilians, soldier? I mean, you are Sanctum, aren't you? What are you doing trying to stop the purge? Why don't you tell me that?
I was a soldier.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Oh my god, she's literally Cloud.
Man. Chocobo, we just can't catch a break, can we?
Why is
Yeah,
the
that's a good
Chocobo's
question.
name Chocobo?
Oh well. I better follow her. I'm getting too old for this.
Didn't even name the Chocobo. Yeah, that was a big meme as well. Her being female Cloud. I don't really agree with that. But maybe I'll agree with it more as we go. I like standard. You possess an advanced digital journal known as a data log. Yeah, here we go.
Sure we can get through here?
Where's my waypoint? Holy moly. Alright. Guys, look at this map. It's just a straight line. Oh no. Hashtag expo. We better be careful, we might get lost.
It's a mess is what this is.
Thank you guys so much for all the support. JM, thank you for the 11 months. I wanted to say thank you to you in the chat. My stepson gets so angry when he loses a game so much, so he hurts himself. He won't listen to my advice, but showing him Vincent's Gambit is showing him that it's okay to lose and have fun. Wow, that's like the most amazing thing I've read all day. Or all week. Thank you. Yet, thank you for the gifted sub to Mocha. And Tomsy, thank you for the 13 months. Final Fantasy 13 and 16 on the same day. What a day. I know. It's going to be amazing. Yeah, I didn't actually say that in the intro, but Final Fantasy 16 came out yesterday. We're going to be playing it after this today. So it's going to be quite a day today. Many and various enemies stalk the roads that you must travel. How about just let me walk up to them and see that it's a battle? You don't need to tell me that. Yeah, so like I said before, people were expecting this game to kind of go against the grain, and instead it went right into the grain. It went right with the grain by doing exactly what every other game was doing at the time and like telling you everything
What do you
all the
suppose this
time,
is?
which was a big shame.
Is the army leaving its toys out now? Fixing to dish me already, huh?
And that's one of my big pet peeves as well, so I'm sure it's gonna be nothing but annoying. I'm sure it annoyed me back then too. I never thought about it, but Vincent's Gambit probably is the true best way to show your kids that it's okay to lose. Oh, Blitz. So Blitz hits everything around you, right? Yeah. I think I might set auto battle off. If I remember correctly, auto battle is pretty lame. Like, it either just does attack, or if there's a lot of enemies, blitz, and that's all it does. So it's really just there to be a shortcut. Livestream, thank you for the gift of sub to Little Nails. I gotta say, the graphics in this game are truly awesome for the PS3. Like, look at how good Lightning looks. Look at how good Saz looks. Is there a... I don't think there is. But yeah, I always was impressed with the graphics in this game for PS3 standard. I mean, and looking at this versus 12, granted, 12 looks incredible for the PS2, but yeah, this game always wowed with the graphics. Everything on PS3 was capped at 30, wasn't it? I kind of hate this menu. It's really confusing. Once you get it, you get it, but looking at it from a distance, it's like, wait, what do I have selected? Crabbot. Notes. Unremarkable. Get wrecked. He's unremarkable. Also going Trisquel. Just like me. Oh, look at that little, like, video it plays of them. The menus in this game are just so sleek. Like, how cool are these menus? Kind of reminds me of an early version of what they did with Kingdom Hearts, but not really, because, well, first of all, this was after Kingdom Hearts 2, but some of the later Kingdom Hearts games, like, they kind of have a similar feeling, but I don't think anything looks quite like this. It's got a very unique looking menu. When I played Lightning Returns, it kind of all came back to me with the menu, because it looks similar. I remember these chests, too. A potion. You alright, Saz? Yeah, it looks sleeker than it plays sometimes, but
Not wanting to get
this game really has
purged,
its
I get.
own style.
But taking on trained soldiers?
Better to die than get sent to Pulse. It's hell without the brimstone.
Yeah, well, hell's not sounding too bad. Because this place ain't exactly paradise.
Domesticated peacekeepers. Nothing to worry about.
Well, maybe not for a soldier girl, but I'm trying to say, hey! Gotta...
Oh, that's kind of weird. So it doesn't... I thought it would put abilities at the top of my menu, but instead it just starts my cursor in the middle of the menu. So I don't know if it's like apparent, but you don't move in this game, which is kind of interesting actually, because in 12 you could move. So in a way it's kind of going backwards in terms of getting to action RPG, but it's still a bit more active than 12 was. But yeah, you don't move around. It kind of looks like you can, but you can't.
No need to be pushing now.
Yeah, they give the sub to Trisquel. In Bristol, they give you the 6 months.
Yeah.
Never played this
You must
before?
be real nice from up there.
Agulator, they give you the 36. 3 years, thank you. In Livestream, they give the gift of sub to Sam. If you've never played this before, you will definitely enjoy it. You will enjoy the playthrough. It's a very unique game. Very fun to watch, because it's, you know, whether you're laughing at it or enjoying it, it'll be entertaining either way. Yeah, I don't remember enough from my original playthrough to really say, but the only thing I truly remember is my hatred for some of the characters. I remember liking the game, but the characters did not vibe with me. A lot of them didn't. So, guess we'll see if that's still the same now. Especially one that might rhyme with Pope. What's that? Why was she like goofing? What the? If you like try to go a bunch of different directions, she like stutter steps and then gets mad at you. Why did she do that? It like takes all control away from me for like a second. I got an iron bangle. Not his camera. Max HP by 50. So the equipment's kind of basic, from what I remember. I don't think there's a lot going on with the equipment. The big customization leveling thing in this game is the crystallarium, which we don't get for a while. What I remember. Where? How do I? Hello? Am I supposed to jump? This camera's kind of whack. Looks like a behemoth. Oh! See you later. I was gonna say, I keep checking corners and not finding anything, but then I finally found something. But it was 50 gil, so it wasn't really worth it. Blitz is a bit weird, because I can't move into a position where it works. I just kind of have to pick whatever enemy is closest to the middle of the pack.
Preemptive strike.
Rebels. So much for the element of surprise.
The Final Fantasy XIII promotional drinks. I think I do remember those. This game had quite a bit of promotion. Mostly just because it was the first HD Final Fantasy. But I do remember it getting quite a bit of promotion. They were really banking a lot on this game. We're going to be playing it later, Pure. I have not played it yet. Today will be my first... We'll get my first impressions of it today. Yeah, I mean, this game was really important for them. It was their first HD game. I was actually wondering if any of you guys knew. I could Google it. Do you know if 13 came out on multiple systems? I can't remember. I want to say it came out on Xbox, but I can't remember if it released on Xbox or came out later, or maybe it didn't at all and I'm just misremembering. Game came out in 2010, by the way. It says copyright 2009, but I'm pretty sure it came out in 2010. 360 and Steam was later, so it didn't release on Xbox. Japan was 2009. That's what I thought. Because my video of going to the midnight release was in 2010, so it was released on Xbox 360 right off the bat. Okay, so that's a pretty big deal then. So, you know, this game was it the first to make the jump, right? And it was the first HD game. It was the first one that was kind of a bit more action oriented. Granted, I still think it's only just a step beyond 12. It's not straight into action yet, but just watching it, it looks a lot more like an action game. So they were really banking on people liking this game so that they could sell their future ideas, you know? So that's probably why they put a lot of advertising money into it. Which kind of backfired. Whenever HP begins to run low, you can heal yourself. The number next to an item's name tells you how many items are left. I shouldn't make fun of this tutorial, I asked for it. I said I wanted the tutorial, I can't make fun of it. So a single potion heals your entire team, you don't need to specify a target. Using items is a free act, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna ask, so I thought I remembered it being free. So that's the good thing with items. Similar to 12. They're really fast. So the stagger bar is a really big mechanic in this game, but I don't think they're going to really explain it until we get to a boss. I remember the stagger bar being one of the more cool parts. I feel like this opening is just watch Saz jump around and be goofy.
Do we turn back?
There's no time.
Then what do you suggest we do?
Quiet.
Hey! Wait! No, don't leave me!
Let go!
No, hell no! You're my only way out of here! No! Hey, that might get us across. Right there. Right?
Looks that way.
So I guess we're just gonna forgive her for that. Okay.
All right, you leave this to me.
I think around the time of releasing Final Fantasy XIII, Square was replying to the fan base that they cannot remake Final Fantasy VII unless they make a game that outsells it. That's one of the reasons why I bought it. That sounds like a very Square thing to do. I think there was also something with Final Fantasy XIII too, where they were like, you better buy this or else we're gonna think you hate Final Fantasy. I remember there being something with 13-2. They had said something like that. Something that made me angry. I remember. They're almost as bad as Nintendo with that. They're like, you better buy our games, so we're not making games anymore. No, that's not how this works, Square. You create a product and we buy it if it's good. You can't hold us hostage. It's not how this industry works. That goes back to kind of what I was saying like a week ago about how the game industry is so different than any other industry, where like the people creating the product expect so much out of the consumer, and it's not that way with any other industry. Every other industry, we expect things out of the creators, but in the gaming industry, they expect things out of us, you know? Like, they announce this product, and we're like, this product sucks, and they're like, it's your fault. Yeah. Don't you guys have phones, you know? Like, it's such a weird industry in that way. And like, when the creators of Super Monkey Ball came out, and they were like, you better buy Banana Blitz or else we're never making another Super Monkey Ball. Because people were excited for a Monkey Ball remaster, which we did get eventually, but people were excited for a remaster, and then instead they made Blitz, and they were like, you better buy it. It's like, what a weird... Oh my god, you see how expensive Phoenix Downs are? 50 versus 1,000. What the heck? What is this, Final Fantasy 1? To be fair, though, to play devil's advocate, the relationship between creators of games and gamers is a much closer relationship than other industries. Like, I don't have a close relationship with the guys that produce the bags of apples I buy at Walmart. Like, I just go and buy the bag of apples. I don't have a personal connection with them. But I could say that I have a connection with Square, you know, or I have a connection with Activision, where, like, they create a product that I'm passionate about, and I will go to midnight releases, or I will fill out, you know, polls, or I make content with the stuff they make. So, like, there's more of a personal connection, so I guess it's fair for them to also have a more personal connection with us and say, like, hey, we want you to play this, or buy this, or do this, or whatever, you know? So it kind of makes sense when you think of it that way, but it's just interesting. You know, I was just thinking about, like, how different the gaming industry is to other industries, and how the relationship between the developers and the publishers and us is much more symbiotic than any other industry. It's interesting. I have a feeling this game really likes technology. What do you think?
Not our lucky day.
Deportees, are we? Weapons down. I'd hate for this to turn ugly.
This guy looks right out of 12.
Turn ugly?
He wants to kill us without a fight.
Time's up!
Holy crap. To initiate an attack chain, first select auto battle or attack. See the bar displayed beneath the target's name. That's chain gauge. Okay, so we're learning. Hit home and the percentage speed increases. The percentage is called chain bonus. The more times you hit an enemy, the more damage it will take from subsequent attacks. Continue pummeling. He's charging his mana drive. Once chain gauge is full, one further blow will stagger. Staggered enemy takes greater damage. Chaining attacks to stagger powerful adversaries is essential to defeating them. Beware, however, an enemy's chain gauge begins to drain the moment it is staggered. So one thing that's a bit different with the stagger bar than like the Final Fantasy VII Remake's stagger mechanic is that they don't actually get stunned. Like, he's still attacking me and stuff while his stagger is active. In the remake, when you stagger something, it, you know, falls down and you beat it up. Go, thanks, card of money. And thank you, Mocha Man, for the $5. And Limit, thank you for the gifted sub to Deadlock. I got a credit card. Credit check. It'd be great to get a credit card. Mocha Man said, just wondering what you like more, Final Fantasy VII Fight On or the remaster version? It's hard to compare the remaster versus the original. I like both.
So, soldier. What's your angle? What? Classified military info? Huh? What's the matter? You quit, didn't you? Did you think I'm gonna go out there and just tell everybody your secrets?
Huh? My angle. I'm after the fal'Cie.
That was neat. I want a key like that.
Still happy you tagged along.
Didn't have a choice.
Still keep the backseating to a minimum. I have beaten this game before, but it was a long time ago. And because it's Fantathon, I want to keep it to a minimum anyways, so that people can watch for the first time.
Citizens, I would like to thank our brave false pioneers and express our best wishes for a successful relocation. Your noble and selfless sacrifice ensures the continued safety and peace of our society.
Seems pretty peaceful.
For this remarkable gesture, every resident of Cocoon, your family, your friends, your neighbors, would be exposed to the dangers of the world below. By choosing to leave Cocoon and participating in this migration.
Migration? More like extermination.
Huge. You stay here.
Sorry. I didn't mean to.
These people need heroes. Here. You keep your cool, and they will too.
Here, point the gun right at the civilians.
Got it.
What's our motto?
The army's no match for Nora.
That a boy.
I remember really disliking snow, but I don't remember why. So I'm gonna wait. Give him the benefit of the doubt. But I remember very much disliking this character. What is that face? He's so cool. My biggest issue with this game, like I said, were the characters, which is a big issue for me because the characters are like the most important thing for me when it comes to games. But still, I remember disliking the characters, but I still remember enjoying my playthroughs, so there must have been a lot that I liked about the game. And who knows, maybe the characters will resonate with me more this time around.
This is crazy.
Then take a nap.
Really? Can I?
Sure. And when we're taking a dirt nap, you can save them all.
No, that's even worse.
Wow, what a cool character.
No dirt naps today. We're all in this together. Our enemy's the Cocoon Sanctum. Their dreaded Psycom, no less.
What's to dread? Psycom's nothing but a whole bunch of bluster and bullying. They've got nothing on Nora.
Well, we are the heroes after all.
Why do all these characters look cooler than Snow? Like, those three characters looked more detailed and interesting than
Sanctum's
Snow.
gonna pay for this.
Don't they? Whoa, hey, wait a second. She looks like somebody. Who does she look like? With the gun on her shoulder? Is that... That reminds me of... Like, maybe it's LeBlanc? Somebody holds their weapon like that in one of the games.
Been ready.
What is he doing? Who holds a gun like that? I think it's LeBlanc is what I was saying. Yeah. I tell you what, no one knows how to hold a gun in this universe. I kind of like it though. I'm always a big fan of like different fighting stances. I don't know what it is, but I love them. That's part of the reason why I like the characters in Kingdom Hearts so much, because they all have their different weapons and fighting styles and stances.
Got a clear path out of here.
Just makes the character more memorable, you know? It's memorable enough to where when I see a character copying it, I immediately remember it, you know? I have a grenade? Okay. So I don't like guns, but I like grenades. Makes sense. Yeah, Square's always put a lot into their fighting stances, weapons, victory poses. Like, that's all like a big part of the character. And they try not to repeat that anywhere, so that that character kind of keeps their not personality, but you know, it's iconic to them.
More. There are soldiers everywhere.
Yo, boss. What's the plan?
Charge.
I gotta say, this whole thing, like, it's Final Fantasy, so like it gets a pass. But man, if you thought the old games were weird with like the clothing choices, this is like completely bizarre. Everyone has guns, and the enemies all have like armor, and we just have like no clothes, and we're just holding the guns like it's just so weird. It's like so,
Jen, guns blazing.
it's so bizarre.
That's not a plan.
Real heroes don't need plans.
And then Snow's just going in there without a gun at all. What a bizarre world we live in. Maybe you should throw a grenade. It might be stronger than your fists.
Oh yeah!
Yo, Shiny, they give it the 2 years, man. Thank you, thank you.
You're the only hope these people have.
It's not really auto battle. When you hit auto battle, it just selects your abilities for you. But it's not like auto battle, like, you know, the auto battle you're thinking from like modern games where the game just plays itself. It's just instead of hitting attack twice, if I hit auto battle, it'll just put attack in there twice for me. It's more of just a shortcut.
How about this?
It probably would have been better if it was on a button instead of in the menu. Like if I could hit like L1 and it did it instead of scrolling up to it, that would have been a lot better. I'm not really sure why they made it just another selection.
Kids go follow behind now.
Because the point of it is to be faster, but you have to scroll up to it anyways. So, like, I should have made it like L1 or something. R1 shows information. L1 does nothing. L2, R2 does nothing. In fact, most of the buttons do nothing. I think L1 is for the stance stuff later, though. But I'm sure there's a button that doesn't do something that they could have made auto battle. Miss the fanfare? Yeah. I don't know. I think we get fanfare later. I think right now it's just game time, so there's no fanfare.
You all okay?
We're playing Final Fantasy XVI after 13 today. Says right in the title.
Hey, careful with those. Don't worry. No one's moving to Pulse today. We'll clear you a path out of here, so be ready to...
Wait! Let me fight with you!
You can't expect us to just sit here.
Good help.
Yep.
Please, let us help.
Yes, let the man help.
Okay then. Volunteers front and center.
Here, take this one. Here you go.
Just a bunch of guns sitting on the ground for some reason.
Here's yours. Take care now.
Take care now. Here's your gun.
Mom?
Don't worry.
Huh?
You should probably worry.
Hold it steady.
Yeah, feels good.
Yeah, nice.
Can you show me again?
You got it.
That's how it works.
Oh, so that's how a gun works.
You sure?
Yeah. Moms are tough.
Right.
It's the last one, boss.
All right, last one. Somebody take it.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
Everyone's favorite character.
Push comes to shove. Keep him safe.
First impression of snow? All talk.
What did I just witness?
All right, lay low and you'll be fine. We'll clear out the area.
Gun safety. We're all about to die. They're pretending to shoot each other.
Come on! Everybody up!
We don't want to. We're tired.
Right. New recruits, on me!
Come on.
Time to go, kiddo.
I really like Hope's mom's design. She reminds me a bit of like a Cloud's mom a bit.
You hear me?
This'll be a piece of cake.
Or what's her name? The woman in Crisis Core. Angeal's mom, I think? Looks like her. But she was older. It's like a younger Angeal's mom. Oh look, we have... Wait a second, her name's LeBro? She even has a name that's like LeBlanc. Is she just LeBlanc? Is she supposed to be a reference to LeBlanc? Now I'm suspicious. LeBro? Her younger sister? Same universe? Kappa? LeBro.
Stay sharp. Don't want to make their job any easier.
LeBro James.